श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः प्रसाद Okay, let us chant from 16. चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम्
जनाः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
जनाः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन
आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी
आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ
तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्तः
तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्तः
एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते
एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते
प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम्
प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यर्थम्
अहं स च मम प्रियः
अहं स च मम प्रियः
उदाराः सर्व एवैते
उदाराः सर्व एवैते
ज्ञानी त्वात्मैव मे मतम्
ज्ञानी त्वात्मैव मे मतम्
आस्थितः स हि युक्तात्मा
आस्थितः स हि युक्तात्मा
मामेवानुत्तमां गतिम्
मामेवानुत्तमां गतिम्
बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते
बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते
ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते
ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते
Vasudeva Sarvamiti.
Vasudeva Sarvamiti.
Tamahatma Sudurlabha.
Tamahatma Sudurlabaha.
Kamaistaistairhృతజ్ఞానాః
Kamaistaistairhృతజ్ఞానాः
प्रपद्यन्तेऽन्यदेवताः
प्रपद्यन्ते न्यदेवताः
तं तं नियममास्थाय
तं तं नियममास्थाय
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया
यो यो यां यां तनुं भक्तः
यो यो यां तनुं भक्तः
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
श्रद्धयार्चितुमिच्छति
तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धां
तस्य तस्याचलां श्रद्धां
तामेव विदधाम्यहम्
तामेव विदधाम्यहम्
सतया श्रद्धया युक्तः
सतया श्रद्धया युक्तः
तस्याराधनमीहते
तस्याराधनमीहते
लभते च ततः कामान्
लभते च ततः कामान्
मयैव विहितान् हितान्.
मयैव विहितान् हितान्
Once again, सतया श्रद्धया युक्तः
सतया श्रद्धया युक्तः
तस्याराधनमीहते
तस्याराधनमीहते
लभते च ततः कामान्
लभते च ततः कामान्
मयैव विहितान् हितान्.
मयैव विहितान् हितान्
So talking about bhakti from shloka number 16 onwards, and then from 20 kamaihi taihi hritajnanam, talking about sakama bhakti. Kamaihi, that is a clue. Sakama bhakti, the two kinds of bhakti: sakama bhakti, nishkama bhakti. So we should ask the question, how can we have bhakti without kama? At least I must have a love for God. Okay, that thing has to be there. Ishvara, this Bhagavan is there, without which nothing can happen. So that love for God is there, therefore that also is kama only. Well, we say that kama, the love for God kama, will end up with nishkama, will end up with love for yourself, really speaking, because that is Advaita Siddhi. Advaita Vedanta is that. Anything else other than Advaita, yeah, there is always a separation, and therefore you can love him, you can hate him, you can do whatever you want with that God. Okay, that is how that can be kama bhakti. But nishkama bhakti, if you say, then it is going to lead us to Advaita bhakti, Abheda bhakti. We saw all that last time. So therefore here sakama bhakti, kamaihi taistaihi. Okay. And then for later on, he's going to, from 24, he will start talking about Nishkama Bhakti. So we are still at in the section of Sakama Bhakti. And yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta. Yaha yaha bhaktaha. Whoever worships any form of Bhagavan, any tanu there means form, then Shraddhaya, with Shraddha, whoever does it, then tasya achalam shraddham tamema vidadamya. So I will strengthen that person's Shraddha and then give whatever that person wants. This is the idea here. And therefore, that Sakama Bhakti is very much validated by Sri Krishna here. And then now, Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktaha. Saha, Sataya, Saha. That Saha means what? That Bhaktaha in the previous shloka. That Bhaktaha, that Sakama Bhaktaha, okay, is what is being talked about here. Continue, okay. So let us look at this shloka. Taya Shraddhaya Yuktaha, Yuktaha, endowed with that Shraddha which was mentioned in the previous shloka also. Achalam Shraddham, like that I had said. Therefore, that Shraddha, endowed with that Shraddha, okay, which is important. So that Shraddha is faith, is belief. That is what they say. Shraddha, faith. And it was Swamiji from whom I understood why this translation of Shraddha as faith is wrong and why there can't be a translation. There's no translation, there's no word in English which communicates exactly what the word Shraddha is supposed to communicate. Okay? Shraddha pending validation, belief pending verification. This is crazy because suppose I want to go to heaven, Vaikuntha. Is it Shraddha or what? Is the question. There is the only evidence we have about Vaikuntha and Vishnu in Vaikuntha, Ananta Shayana, etc. The only evidence we have is Shastra. Very important evidence for us, no doubt about that. And we believe in it 100%, 100%. Let there be no doubt about that. Okay. And I'm not creating doubt. Critical thinking doesn't mean you have to still start doubting everything you do. There are certain things we do that we have to doubt. Okay, that we will that we are learning along the way. But these things we don't doubt. There's no doubt that Vaikuntha is there because Shastram says Shastram will not say something that is useless to me. Phalavat Shastram. There are certain rules of Shastram. Okay, Anadigadatvam Phalavat Arthabodhakatvam. Like this, there are certain rules of what Shastra means. Means what? Phalavat. It has to be beneficial. It has to be beneficial. Okay, Phalavat. Then Arthabodhakatvam. It has to be meaningful to me. It can't say something that's absolutely meaningless. It may be meaningless to me, but many people think it is very meaningful. So meaningful, Arthavat. And so whatever is said, whether it is Artha Kama in this life, Iha Janmaniva, in this life, right now I want something. Therefore, here are the rituals, here are the things with Shraddha you do, you will get it. Yes, meaningful, very meaningful. Later life, Punyam I want. Meaningful. Punyam is also meaningful. Without Punyam, there is no chance of getting anything favorable. And therefore, Artha Bodhakatvam, meaningful. Anadhigatatvam can't be negated. Version 11.1, iOS, all previous versions negated. Previous phone doesn't work. I had a phone and suddenly it says, no, you can't download this software. I wanted to use Bhim, this UPI, Bhim UPI. And it says you can't use, you have to change your phone. But you change your phone? What is this? iPhone is like you go to the store and buy iPhone every day or what? And so this is how it is. But Shastram is not like that. Anadhigatatvam cannot be negated. Tomorrow, new version of Shastram, not possible. That's the beauty of this. So there are certain rules about what Shastram should be. And so, therefore, all that said and done, Shraddhaya Yuktaha Saha. Okay. And so it works. That is why our dharma just keeps on growing. Growing means even the most illiterate person can worship whoever he or she wants. Krishna is validating that. Therefore, there is no conflict between between people in terms of what they worship, how they worship, who they worship, etc. When they worship, there is no conflict at all. And niyamas are there, no doubt. They follow whatever niyamas. So therefore, you have Tamil Nadu, you got the Kerala, you got Guruvayurappan, and then Tamil Nadu, you have whom? Yeah, many. But let's pick something. We have Subramanya, Murugan, big Arubade video and all, very big in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then from Tamil Nadu, you go up to Andhra. Andhra, of course, Edu Kondalavada is there. Venkateswara, Balaji is very much there. And if I mention somebody else's name, Balaji will come, will get angry. Sir, what is this? You're teaching Bhagavad Gita without mentioning my name. That is not correct. Okay, so I'll keep him in good humor. Balaji is there. Then from there, you go to Orissa. Orissa to Jagannath hai hi. Jagataha Nathaha, the Lord of the world is there very much. And then from Orissa, where do you want to go? Let's go to Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra. Or this side, which way is it? Kerala. So I have to do mirror image, See this. When I show Kerala here for you, it must be left, I think. Correct? Is it left for you? Okay, left. Okay. Then Tamil Nadu. For me, it's not. Tamil Nadu is not here. For me, Tamil Nadu is here. Okay, but I have to show it this way. So Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and then Odisha, and then back to Maharashtra. Maharashtra to Ganapati Bappa Maurya is already there. I skip Karnataka. Okay, Karnataka, Ganapa, you keep. Okay, and then like that we go. Odisha, then Maharashtra, and then let's come to Gujarat, Srinath. Srinath is there, Balakrishna is there. And then from Gujarat, let's travel to Madhya Pradesh. This way, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. And then Omkareshwar, Mahakaleshwar is there waiting for us. And then from there, we can travel to Kolkata and West Bengal. There we have Kali. Kali is waiting for us in Kolkata. Okay. Then further, if you want, you can go Assam also, you can go Kamakhya is there. And then you travel like that all the way up to north. Jammu and Kashmir, Vaishno Devi is sitting there. If we sitting down south can hear about Vaishno Devi, you can imagine what power she has. Correct? So, Bhakti, Shraddha means when it is there complete, then our whole world is open to us and all devatas bless us. And so, Saha, Bhakta, Taya Shraddhaya Yuktaha, endowed with that Shraddha, a kind of Shraddha. And yeah, I will say, no, she is the greatest, he is the greatest, Ganapati is greatest, and Venkate Balaji is greatest, and all I might say. Krishna is saying, okay, keep saying it, at least say that, okay, at least say that, that is better. And then, Tasya Aradhanam Ihate. He says, yeah, you're fine. You're correct in what you're doing. Tasya Aradhanam Ihate. Ihate is the verb there. Ih dhatu. Ih. Atmanepadi. Cheshtayam, in the sense of engaging, in the sense of doing, in the sense of action, okay, in the sense of making an effort, ihate, okay, and so tasya aradhanam ihate, that person's worship, aradhana means you should not go to aradhana movie and all that, that's all olden days. Aradhanam is some of you may not even remember this movie. How many of you do not know a movie called Aradhana? Okay, Ramesh Krishnamurthy does not know. Who else? Okay, Deepa does not know. Okay, all right, there are a few people who don't. Okay, you can Google and see about Aradhana. Okay, so Aradhana here means Tasya Aradhana, worship, that person's worship. Ihate, I. Aradhanam ihate. I make the person's worship, that person's worship becomes firmer, more engaging. Obviously, when you have Shraddha in your Devata, then what happens? Whatever you get, whether I get what I want or don't get what I want, okay? When I get what I want, of course, Shraddha to bharta hi hai. Lekin, what if I don't get what I want? I want good health. My health is always poor. My Shraddha goes down? No, Shraddha will not go down. I'm blessed to have whatever I have. So that is the maturity. And so Shraddha, Tasya Aradhanam Ihate. Whoever worships, that person's Shraddha will become firmer, will grow stronger. And then what? Labhate cha tataha kaman. Correct? Labhate. 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 And eventually, what we desire, we get. How? A lot of things I desired, but I did not get. But what we desire also keeps on changing, God is trying to fulfill our desires, but our desires keep on changing also. It is like a moving, goalpost, they say. And moving goalpost, you keep on changing the goalpost, means how will anybody score the goal? God is trying to score a goal, but we are not allowing him to do that. And so constantly desires are changing. And so, yeah, okay. I see a raised hand there. Ramesh and Bhagya, did you raise your hand?
Yes, Jai Kumarji.
Yeah.
One small confusion, this one. Krishna is telling only Sanatana Dharma people, or what about our Muslim and then Christian brothers? Does he include that also, like a Vasudeva Kutumbakam, or he tells only Sanatana Dharma people?
Krishna is telling anybody who wants to listen to Krishna. Okay. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, ours is all inclusive.
So
and then they say it doesn't matter, you worship whomever, but if you come to us and if you pray Krishna, he will open hand, he will welcome.
So look at, last time I mentioned this, right? Ishwar Allah Tero Naam I mentioned. I don't know if you were there in class. And I said, we are okay with that. We are okay. Worshipping Allah, somebody worships Allah, we don't put them down. This putting people down is very unique to Abrahamic traditions. Very unique. And only they are the ones who put us down. They say, the Bible says, false gods. You look it up, Google and see. False gods. Thou shalt not worship an image made of hands. Which means all the murtis you have at home, they're all false gods. So that's how they have branded us. And so therefore your question is, Krishna doesn't care who listens to. Whoever wants to listen to me, I am ready. I'm ready to teach. And even Arjuna, he did not teach for a long time. Only when Arjuna asked to be taught, he got taught. Therefore, this teaching is really not available. Only those who want to know will know. So it's available for everybody. Definitely, yeah, sure. Muslims have come to our Sanatana Dharma. Christians have come to Sanatana Dharma because of this kind of teaching. Because it's rational, therefore it attracts people. And so, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask them. So, labhate cha tataha kaman. Kaman. Kaman here refers to not desires. Desires are also called kaman. But then the objects of desire are also called kam. In Sanskrit, there is always this use of words. There is a grammatical allowance given. The noun, the instrument, in this case, kamyate anena iti kama. That by which I go after things is called kama, that is called desire. Correct? Desire is what makes me go after things. If I didn't have a desire, I don't have a desire to go to moon. Therefore, I will not Google how to go to moon. I can't do it. I can't do it. Why? Because the desire is not there. Okay. So without that is called desire, kama, desire. That by which I pursue. Now, kamyate iti kama. That which is desired is also called kama. Kamyate. Karma vyutpatti, Sanskrit students. Previously what I said was karana vyutpatti, tritiya vyutpatti. Now it is karma vyutpatti, dritiya vyutpatti. Correct? So here kaman refers to object, not desire. Okay? Objects of desire. All right. So tataha. Tataha shraddhayaha. From that shraddha, through that shraddha, that person labhate, gains kaman, whatever is desired. And maya eva Vihitan hitan. Maya eva vihitan hitan. So tan, last word tan. Tan kaman, from the previous word kaman, tan kaman, those desired objects. Okay. Maya eva vihitan. Who is giving these desirable objects to me? Who is giving these to me? Okay. To the bhakta. That is the question. Well, obviously, my Ishta Devata is giving me what I want. She is my Kula Devata. She is my Grama Devata. She's been coming from ages. My parents worship her and my grandparents worshipped her. And therefore, she is the one. She is our family deity, our Kula Devam she is. And so she is the one who does it. Yeah, that may be okay. But then Maya Heva, he says, it is coming from me through her. It is coming from me through your Ishta Devata. Like that he's Krishna is saying here. And so what you worship is finite. Finite Devata, without recognizing the infinitude of the Devata, you worship for something very little. And but everything comes from the infinite. Finite is included in infinite. Parichinnam is included in aparichinnam. Parichinna Devata, I am aparichinna Devata. Finite has to be included in infinite, otherwise what will happen? Finite is not included in infinite, what will happen? Then we have a serious problem. Then infinite will become finite. The word infinite will carry no meaning at all. Ananta will carry no meaning at all. And so that's what will happen. So Sagunam versus Nirgunam. What you worshipped is Saguna Devata, but I am talking about Nirguna Devata, like that Krishna is indicating here. And then, so Vihitan Hitan. Vihitan means they are ordained by me. They are coming from me. Okay, those Kaman, Tan Kaman are ordained by me. Here, there is an alternate reading. Okay. Vihitan Hi Tan. Okay. Vihitan Hi Tan. That is how we split it so far. So because I use the word Tan here. But sometimes what will happen? He means indeed, definitely, absolutely, things like that. So yeah, indeed ordained by me. Indeed, whatever the Bhakta got comes from me. That's actually saying. But another reading is that he and Tan go together. Vihitan, Hitan. Hitan is one word. Okay, Hitan. So Hitaha. Hitaha means that which is beneficial, that which is useful. It's called Hitan. So Hitan Kaman means what? Beneficial things that are desired by me. Beneficial things. Or very desirable things. See, sometimes what is very desirable need not be beneficial to me, correct? You know, what do they say? Uh, what people love is either illegal or immoral or fattening. Something like that. I forget the exact sentence, but love, people desire things, but then what I desire need not be beneficial to me. So therefore, Hitan Kama. So he's highlighting that benefit of this thing. So what is the second meaning of this? Vihitan, Hitan is the second word versus he and tan being separate. If the he and tan is separate, it is saying indeed it is ordained by me. If it is Hitan Kaman, very beneficial things are ordained by me. The indeed goes away because indeed is he. That's not there. The second translation. We'll translate both shortly. So let's do that. So let's translate the shloka here. He who is she who endowed with that Shraddha, endowed with that Shraddha, comma, engages in the worship of that, tasya, of that. That means within brackets devata, comma, gains from that, tataha, gains from that, within brackets, the devata that was worshipped, gains from that those objects of desire, those objects of desire that are definitely ordained by me alone. Definitely ordained by me alone. So definitely comes from the word he, vihitan, he, tan. That he is definitely. And then alone, by me alone. So eva, kaman, maya, eva. So that eva is the alone. By me alone. Definitely ordained by me alone. Now, the second translation would be gains from that. Until gains from that, everything is identical. But after that, gains the very beneficial objects of desire, or gains the beneficial objects of desire that are ordained by me. Beneficial objects of that are ordained by me alone. We can add alone because alone is eva. We're not going to change the eva. So alone. What happened? That definitely is not there here in this one. And there you don't have the beneficial. Correct? Did you get that difference? Yeah. Good. Because hitan, because this is all Shravana Deva, all Karna Parampara. Therefore, the doubt can come. Hitan, the same. So it sounds the same, but it can be different. Yeah. Okay. Who would like to be next? Somebody who's not chanted in a while. Yeah, Rukmani ji. Antavattu phalam tesham
अन्तवत्तु फलं तेषां
tadbhavatyalpamedhasam
तद्भवत्यल्पमेधसां
devan devayajo yanti
देवान् देवयजो यान्ति
madbhakta yanti mamapi
मद्भक्ता यान्ति मामपि
antavattu phalam tesham
अन्तवत्तु फलं तेषां
tadbhavatyalpamedhasam
तद्भवत्यल्पमेधसां
devan devayajo yanti
देवान् देवयजो यान्ति
madbhakta yanti mamapi.
मद्भक्ता यान्ति मामपि.
Yeah. So, Purna Devata and Apurna Devata. Parichinna Devata, Aparichinna Devata. And we are beginning to analyze all these things. Devata is Purna. Whether Devata is Purnaha or Apurnaha, if we ask the question, who will answer the question? Devata has no problem. I am the one who has a problem. And so, therefore, the answer should depend on me only. If I think Devata is Apurnaha, Devata is Apurna. If I think she or he is Purnaha, then they are Purna. Devata is an aspect. Therefore, if you look at an aspect of creation, Saraswati one aspect of creation, one aspect of our life, then it is Parichinna, it is limited. It is limited. So it depends on me how I look at a particular Devata. But I can look at Saraswati as Purna Devata also. She will give me that, no doubt about that. Okay? Because that is the Satyam. That is Satyam. Therefore, we have no problem. There is no conflict between two different so-called Apurna Devatas. There's no conflict. So sometimes they say Krishna is Purnavatara, or they may say Rama is Purnavatara. How many of you have heard the word Purnavatara? Yeah, many people have heard. If you listen, if you turn on the TV, you will see all this. Purnavataram. They will just go and they will just become them. Purnavatar, which is important because Rama means entire life is there. See, suppose you are telling the story of Narasimha Avatar. How long will that story last? You have to go to Hiranyakashipu. Maybe you can start from Hiranyakashipu, how he was born. You can go keep on stretching a little bit, and then stretch the story and start from long ago. And then, okay, Hiranyakashipu, then what, Prahlada, and then how long can you tell the story about Prahlada? How many days can you say? He did this, and then father tried to destroy Prahlada, this, that, you can say, and we can give grand stories. And then finally, Narasimha comes. And Narasimha doesn't stay for long at all. One evening also, for 5 minutes he comes and then he finishes the job and goes away. Over, story is over. And at least Krishna means the hunter came and then this thing that we can keep on stretching. But yahan pe stretch nahi kar sakte. So they say Purnavatara. Rama did not save anybody. Okay, Halya, all the stories are there in between. But Rama is crying all the time. He is sad all the time. From the day or two onwards, he is crying. He is sad. And so how can you say he's Purnavatara? Suppose somebody asks the question. I'm just giving you some ideas to challenge yourself. That's all. And so, but then Rama is Purnavatara. Krishna Purnavatara. I think in the back of my mind, I know why they say Purnavatara. You know what? Because this Narasimha, Matsya and all these things, you can't worship a Matsya. You can't put a fish on your puja room and worship a fish. Can you do that? Huh? I think that's why we have our own idea. We say Rama is Purnavatar. We label the fellow Purnavatar as though other avatars are Apurna. Everything is Vishnu only. Vishnu is Apurna or what? Vishnu is not Apurna. But when you say Matsya is Apurna, that means you are labeling Vishnu. Hey, the same Vishnu which was there as Matsya is now there as Krishna. Okay, so it's the same Vishnu. So anyway, just a line of thinking. And so for Prahlada, Narasimha was Ishvara. Purna. Therefore, we have no such thing called Apurna, etc. But just because of my way of thinking, I am making something into Apurna. And Krishna is saying, everything comes from me, Purnaha. Like that, he is directing our attention to Purnatvam from Apurnatvam. He is not labeling Devata as Apurna, really speaking. He says, hey, go beyond that limited thing and go for the unlimited. Go for the infinite. Go for Param. What you are seeking is Aparam. Go for Param. That is his idea here. And so, he is saying every Devata is like a postman who's giving you Giving. Those days we used to have money order. Even these days we have money order. In India, we have something called money order. And money order means you can send money to anybody in the country, in India. And for some very small commission, they can send money. And we used to do that those days. The parents used to do that. Even I did it a few times. And good way to send money. And it must be there in every country. And so, the neighbor keeps getting, every month the neighbor gets money. Postman comes and gives money. So then this fellow gets jealous of the postman. What? Kya ho gaya? Why are you not giving money? Why are you only giving money to him? What postman, post office allowance I should also get. Like that, this fellow argues. Hey, postman is not just postman is simply delivering. Somebody gave money and he is simply delivering. So you don't have to do namaskar, shashtanga namaskar to postman and all. No, not required. In fact, he will get confused if you do namaskar to postman. So please don't do all that. Just take the money and say thank you, and then give him some water or banana or whatever. Ask him if he wants to have something and let him go. Don't just harass him by doing all these namaskaras. Okay. So that is, these devatas are all like that. Of course, the namaskara part, we will do namaskara to devata, no doubt. And so in Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, Krishna is the Purna Devata. He says, through me only everything happens. Devi Bhagavatam, through me only, she says everything happens. Okay. So Harihara Virinchadibirapi. Okay, remember that. So that is how it is. Saundari Lahari, she is the one through which everything happens. She is the one who is the creator, sustainer, and destroyer. Okay, that's perfect for us. We can accept that very easily. And so until now, the benefits of Sakama Bhakti was given. Krishna is pretty orderly in this manner. He doesn't leave anything for imagination. Sakama Bhakti is there. What are the advantages of Sakama? All that was said so far, implied. And what is that? Sakama Bhakti is a valid way to get what I want. It's valid, obviously, because he said it so, and it is, and people do it, and so it works, and so valid. And also practical. You know why it's practical? 3 things are needed for accomplishing our goals. What are the 3 things? Prayatna. First thing is prayatna. Prayatna is effort. Effort. I mean, you must know what you want, etc. Effort. Effort includes planning. Everything is needed. Prayatna. Then kala. Kalaha. Time. You have to wait it out. You have to be patient. Patience is such a virtue when it comes to getting what you want. They say patience is a virtue. In this day and age, I don't know if these children are patient or not. The WhatsApp thing and all, I don't know what happens to patience. Okay, anyway. So, kalaha, so important. Then, third thing, prayatna is there, you have waited. Now what? Why am I not getting what I want? Well, there is a factor called Daivam. Daivam. Third factor is what? Daivam. Daivam means what? Whatever I know I can plan, I can do. What about the factors that I don't know? There are more I don't know than I know. And that I don't know is Daivam. Attributed to Ishvara. Now, Bhagavan ke haath pe hai. Chhod do. Bhagavan ke haath mein chhod do means practical. It's very practical. What is impractical is what I am supposed to do, I don't do, and I give everything in Bhagavan's hands. Oh, if he loves me, he will protect me. If he loves you, he will protect you. Okay. This is another philosophy, This is a nice philosophy. And he knows what is best for me. And therefore, I don't have to do anything. If it has to happen, it will happen. Okay. But then when he gets a headache, he goes to the thing and then pulls out a tablet, aspirin he takes. Why not just sit right there, keep sitting right there, and let Bhagavan, if he wants to take away your headache, he will take it away at the right time. Why do you have to go get medicine? There he's very active. When these things happen, he knows exactly how to take care of himself. So this God knows what I need is a very it's an interesting idea. And so what are the advantages? One is what are the valid Sakama Bhakti is valid. It's objective. It is recognizing my own limitations, and therefore I say, yeah, there are so many things that only you can do. Therefore, it is actually objective, practical. Okay, it helps me focus on what I need. I worship Devata for what I need. That means I'm focusing on what I need, because there are people, sometimes we have to teach children how to focus, how to understand what they want. You must be clear about what you want. We have to teach these children. They don't understand. It's a big problem. I talk to these boys and girls, some of them are just clueless. They don't know what they want. And hey, do you want to go to college? Yeah, I want to go to college. What do you want to do after studying? They're not clear at all. They can't even say, I want to earn some money. That also is not coming out of their mouths. So focus. Therefore, at least if I'm a bhaktaha, bhaktihi asti chet, I will learn to be focused. Because I'm praying God for what I want. That is focus. Okay. And then it's not wrong. Krishna says it's not wrong. He says right now, he said, it's not wrong. That yeah, you do it and you get what you want. And it's not wrong. That is why when people say, who are you to ask God for what you want? Does he not know what you want? Suppose your son comes and asks you this. Mom, you are an idiot. You are asking God for good health and all that. Does God not know that you want good health? No. This is where we have to think a little bit. See, God thinks moksha is best for us. Okay. Okay. This couple wants a child. They are worshipping for a child. Okay. And God comes and says, child and all that, that's all okay to have, but it's all samsara. And then, the problems. Now you may want a child. Later on, you'll start fighting with the child. You will wonder, why did I have this child? You might say, all these problems will come in the future. So don't go after children. You have to seek moksha. Suppose God says that. Because God knows, right, what is good for us. So will you allow him to decide what you want? Chance, Kledu. There's no chance. It's good that we don't allow God to decide what we want. And God knows that also. God knows that very well. And so, that is why in Kathopanishad also he says, see, Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyaha. This Atma cannot be obtained by all this Pravachana, Shravana, Manana also. It won't work. Na Medhaya na Bahuna Shrutena. I've been listening to all these classes. Still also Atma will not come. Then what happens? Yamaiva Vrunute Tena Labhyaha. Only the person who decides to know Atma will get Atma. Yamadharmaraja is telling Nachiketa, which means I must be clear about what I want. Uddhared Atmanatmanam, we studied just a few months ago. You have to help yourself. Only then you can help. Only then help will come. And simply saying God will help me and all that is not enough. It's crystal clear. That is why every puja starts with a sankalpa. Sankalpa, mamopata samasta duritakshaya dwara Sri Parameshwara Prithyatham, and then Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Ayur Arogya Siddhyartham, for the well-being of the family, for the well-being of people around me, etc. Very clear statement. This is why I am doing a puja. That clarity must be there. The more I am clear about what I want, the higher the chances are of getting that. Correct? I think all of us know that. But here also it applies. This saying that God knows everything in a different context is okay. But where I'm supposed to do something, you have to do something. Period. And therefore, all these are plus points of Sakama Bhakti. From now onwards, Antavattu Phalam Tesham is going to talk about limitations of Sakama Bhakti. The pros and cons, they say, right? Pros and cons. And in company lingo, they use another word. They say SWOT analysis. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. My God, these people have figured out all these things. When it comes to business, competition means you have to talk to these people. All language, everything is all very clear. I'm sure all the MBA types will get exposed to SWOT analysis. And when I heard about it, I'm not an MBA, so I didn't hear about it in college and all. They didn't talk. And suddenly they talk about SWOT analysis. And I looked up and I said, my goodness, this is fantastic. Covering all bases. Strengths. What are our strengths? We have a unique product. Weaknesses. Do we have any weaknesses? You have to say yes, and you have to be creative. And only because then only you have an opportunity to address that weakness. And then opportunities and threats. All these other companies, they're all alternative. So raw material they got, alternative source. We thought we cornered the market. This China has cornered the market of this cobalt. Cobalt is there in all our batteries, all these batteries, cobalt, lithium cells and all that. And cobalt is made in Kenya. Okay, Kenya. These boys and girls, with their bare hands, they are pulling the sand out of the soil. And China said, this is a great thing. Let's bribe these fellows. One family controls entire China, entire Kenya. And the China is just, there is a direct connection. So the cobalt, look at supply chain of cobalt, which is the demand for cobalt is increasing because batteries, we're using so many batteries. And you look at that, it is a very sorry state of the people who are $1 they earn in one day. One boy earns $1 for getting cobalt ore from the ground, cleaning it, wiping it, washing it, dragging it, carrying all this kilograms and kilograms. Anyway, we have to be clear about what we want. Only then our life will be fulfilled. So, Antavattu, he's going to say here in this Shloka 723, what are the limitations of Sakama Bhakti? Okay, so it's good. So we can continue this discussion in the next class. He's saying it's Antavat. Phalam is Antavat, he's going to say. Antavat tu. On the other hand, whatever phalam you are seeking is Antavat. Sanskrit student. Vat means Vatup. Antaha asya asti iti. That which has an end is called Antavat. Like Bhagavat, Balavat, Balavan, Balavati, Gunavat, Gunavan, Gunavati. Bhagavat, Bhagavan, Bhagavati. Correct? Antavat, Antavan, Antavati. Antavat. That which has end is called Antavat. Whatever phalam you are seeking, you are free to seek, my dear, but it is finite, it is anityam. That is what he's going to say in this shloka. We will continue that discussion in the next class. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam lokas samastas sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayaah Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayaah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om